This is the heart and soul of testosterone fantasy sports, the three-tier man pyramid that is Jeff, Jesse, and Yeastie, giving you the fantasy knowledge that you need to dominate your fantasy football league. We hope you are enjoying our week number 9 show. Guys, week number 9 in the NFL, I'm just so jacked. It's the game of the century. The New England Patriots at the Indianapolis Colts. I can't wait for this game to get going.
I don't even really care about fantasy plays in this game. I just want to sit there as an impartial guy, which I can't be because I own Peyton Manning and Joseph Adai, but I want to watch this game as a fan. Anybody that loves football is dying to watch this game. So it's going to be exciting. Everybody's picking New England. I mean, they're, as last I checked, 7-point favorite at Indianapolis, which is crazy.
The Colts won the Super Bowl last year, right?
Yeah, it's crazy. But you know what? It's just that kind of game where anything can happen, and hopefully it does. I can't wait to watch it.
Yeah, it's going to be a great game. You know, I heard a lot of people talking about last weekend's matchups against the Redskins, people saying that they thought it would be a lot closer than people thought. Well, 52 points later, Tom Brady's out of the game again in the fourth quarter, and it's all that the Redskins can do just to get one stinking touchdown. This has got to be the best team we've ever seen.
It's certainly the most dominant team in recent memory. You know, it's always tough to compare two teams from different eras and whatnot, but when you look at the professionalism that the New England Patriots bring, it's like it's a relentless professionalism from every position, all 11 guys, whether it's defense or offense or special teams. These guys are coached up. They don't take anything for granted, Yeastie. And when you play a game like that in that relentless fashion, it just, when you watch those players play, it always just feels like a matter of time before this team rolls like 21 points in a 4-minute period.
And usually it's the first 4 minutes of the game,
Right.
So I mean, it's just, they're on fire. I think the whole camera gate issue thing at the very beginning of the season really pissed this team off, and they got beat by the Colts last year, and I think they're just on a mission this year. And hopefully, I'm not a Patriots guy, hopefully the Colts win for me. I just said I was going to be impartial. Now I'm rooting for the Colts. But, they are on fire. They're a professional on many levels. Randy Moss, it was wide open in the end zone. Tom Brady ran it in, and they talked on the sidelines. Randy gave him the thumbs up. When you can do that with Randy Moss, I mean, this team can pretty much do whatever they want.
Jeff, you have Tom Brady in our tough league. I know you're absolutely loving it.
Best quarterback in the league.
Every year, it seems like there is one player from a fantasy perspective that is head and shoulders above all the other players. Last year it was LT. This year, no doubt, it's Tom Brady. Talk about having him in fantasy land, and talk about him going into this matchup.
Well, I'll tell you that if you have Tom Brady, he's basically leading your team. Obviously, he's the best quarterback in the league right now. I'm not saying that overall, but he's having a career-breaking or record-breaking season, his career best. And guys, I hate, how I hate to toot my own horn, but
right.
I predicted the career season out of him just based on the weaponry. Yes,
No, you did not. I would like to see video of that because you shot Tom Brady around more than anybody that I know in the offseason. So, he's got 33 touchdowns so far.
I did it on the rankings. I have not changed his caption.
Oh, my God.
Since
Seriously.
the very beginning of the season. So I'm a big Tom Brady fan. I know that you've got Poopy Manning, but as long as he's on the field, your fantasy team is going to produce. The fear is that at the end of the season, it's your Super Bowl, you've rode him all year, and now you're ready for him to come play and help you win your title. Maybe he'll sit. Same thing with Randy Moss. So you got to be watching that. It's good to have a good backup quarterback for sure. But as far as the Patriots goes, he's leading their team. He's got a great cannon for an arm, wonderful touch, and he likes to find the open man, and he's great at his checkoffs. So as long as they continue to win like this, they're going to win this weekend, in my opinion, big time, by like 3 touchdowns. That's why I understand the 7-point spread. But the 72 Dolphins have got to be filling up their depends right now.
Yeah, they're worried about it. I mean, this team is scoring over 40 points a game on offense, and here's the most puzzling part about it. Through the first 8 weeks of the season, 40 points a game, Lawrence Maroney hasn't scored a touchdown yet. Does he get in the end zone this week, East, in a big game?
No, I don't think so. I really don't.
Yes, he will.
I don't think so. I think unless he breaks it out from 15 to 20 yards out, which against the Colts defense lately you're not going to do, I really don't think he will. I think maybe Heath Evans will get a short score. Tom Brady has 3 rushing touchdowns this year. And I just don't think he will.
Give him the chance, Bill Belichick. Give him the ball on the 5-yard line. See what he can do with it.
Or sit him down.
They want to let the kid get his feet wet. They want him for a career, not for a season. And they aren't needing him right now.
Yeah, it seems like to me what they want more than anything is to absolutely annihilate every team they play by a minimum of 3 scores.
And they're going to be up big and well prepared for this game.
And I can feel that Tom Brady is dominating. If the season ended right now, he'd win the MVP. But I'm telling you out there, Tom Brady is not the reason why this is happening. This is happening simply because of Randy Moss. Randy is the reason that this offense has opened up this well. He makes Wes Welker what Wes Welker is. He gives single coverage every play to Dante Stallworth. He provides that threat where Tom can just throw it up like a prayer 50 yards down the field as Randy elevates to catch the ball, 31 years old. He's literally, his whole upper body is above all of the defenders' helmets. And he's coming down.
That Dolphin guy shredded his knee on that play.
Blew out his knee on
Dude,
that
Tom Brady is on pace for 60 touchdowns. That's no lie, 60 touchdowns. Yeah, through 8 games, he's got 30. I mean, that's not just beating a record, man. That's destroying.
So let's give the Colts a little bit of time here on the show as well. I mean, they did win the Super Bowl last year. Marvin Harrison set out last week with this knee injury. He's resting up for this game. You know the Colts want to bring it. I mean, last year in the AFC Championship game, they were down 18 points. Peyton brought them back in the second half. They've got to feel like the team getting disrespected here, Yeastie. I think Peyton's got something to prove this weekend.
I think the entire Colts team does, and the guy that I think is going to make it happen is Dallas Clark. He's going to be split out, probably with Dallas Thomas trying to cover him, and if that happens and it's single coverage, Dallas Clark's going to light him up. So Dallas Clark probably going to have a big game unless he gets hit in the head, which he tends to do sometimes. But Peyton and the rest of the boys definitely have something to prove, I think.
So just start all your players in this game, fantasy
Every one of
owners,
them.
and enjoy, because this game is going to be a battle for the ages. I think it has a potential to go down as the highest rated regular season game in NFL history, especially because it's just a Sunday day game. I think everybody who has any sort of a inkling to watch football is going to tune into this game. It's a battle for the ages, to be sure.
Yep.
Jacksonville against New Orleans. The Saints are a team finally getting on a roll. Breeze, 4 touchdown passes last week. Now he plays a Jacksonville team that just continues to prove its doubters wrong. What's going to happen here, Jeff? Jacksonville traveling to New Orleans.
Well, Jacksonville's doing it with Quinn Gray right now, and they signed former Minnesota boy Todd Bauman to a contract, and he's already won the backup job. It's interesting to me that they're a team that's winning without good leadership at the quarterback position, and our team needs to take note of that. And it's got to be making Mike Tice a better coach. Maybe he could come and be our coach.
Oh man!
I never thought I'd miss that guy, but I do. I was really impressed to see Marcus Colston get off last week. 3 touchdowns is what he had. It was really nice to see him get going, especially against Nate Clements. He did a really nice job. So welcome back to the party, Marcus Colston. I think this game is going to be interesting, and I like New Orleans to come away with the win.
At home. What do you think, East? I mean, Jacksonville's a team nobody really respects. They've got the 2-headed monster at the running back position. Mojo has had his moments so far this season. Fred Taylor's still getting the bulk of the carries, and they don't do a whole lot through the passing game, but yet at the end of each week, it seems like they're in it right down to the wire.
They make whatever plays they need to get the job done, and Todd Bauman, I can't believe he's the number 2 guy when I was actually considering Matt Jones to pick him up as a wide receiver so he could get quarterback stats if he got in the game, like Will wrote about on the website as well. I look for their offense to do whatever it does. I mean, 20 points, 24 points at the most. They did just sign Grady Jackson for the defensive side of the ball, so that could slow down the Saints, who have started to roll a little bit as far as their rushing attack, which they don't have much of. They're trying to swing Reggie Bush out. I don't know how much of an effect it'll have, but for the future, if Jacksonville's defense is out there, Grady Jackson makes a nice addition for them as well.
Washington traveling to face the New York Jets this weekend. Washington got absolutely annihilated last week. Now they're going to get healthy in a big way. The Jets making a switch at the quarterback position. The time is now for Kellen Clemens. I think that I'm in full agreement with the fact that Chad Pennington needs to sit down, but I'm wondering what you guys think. How's that going to affect an offense that's struggled throughout the first part of the season?
Well, it'll be interesting to see what kind of learning curve that Kellen Clemens has. The Jets are built to be throwing the ball more than running the ball. Realistically, Thomas Jones isn't a run-first running back. He's set up the run with the pass. They've done a nice job getting the ball to both Lavernius Coles and Jericho Cotchery. They're very capable wide receivers, and if Kellen Clemens has any wherewithal about him to do that, then I think that they could have success. Make no bones that this is a home game for them. They're going to be up big for it. It's a must-win. Eric Mangini, being the man genius that he is, Although he's having a down season, he's recognizing that, making the quarterback switch at the right time. But Washington, I think they're up big to get revenge here.
I like the way that Washington. I'm gonna like the way that Washington comes out. I'm gonna predict it. I think that they're gonna have something to prove to say that, you know what, we're not as bad as we looked in the national spotlight last week. That secondary, which was kind of pumped up with LaRon Landry and Sean Taylor, just got shredded by New England, excuse me. But I don't think the Jets will be able to do much on offense. London Fletcher plays great ball for the Washington defense, and then I would start Portis, I would start Santana Moss if healthy, Antoine Randall if healthy, and Chris Cooley for the Washington Redskins.
I like Cooley too. I mean, and this team is 2 games behind the 6-2
Giants.
Yeah, Giants and the 6-1 Cowboys. So it's like a must-win game for them.
Green Bay traveling to Arrowhead Stadium to face the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, you talked about the national stage, Yeastie. Monday night, Brett Favre steps in on the national stage, steps into history as he has this magical moment in front of the country again. Throws an 80-yard touchdown on the first play of overtime in Mile High against what is supposed to be the 2 best shutdown corners in the game. It seems like a magical season for number 4, and I'm wondering if there's not a little bit more magic here in this game.
Yeah, I mean, they're rolling. They're firing on all cylinders now, especially with Ryan Grant running the ball.
Who?
Ryan Grant.
Who?
The new kid.
He's not Deshaun Wynn. I was going to say Demetrius Wynn, but Deshaun Wynn, who just happened to go on IR.
You mean Deshaun helping me win?
Yeah.
This is Ryan granting us victory.
Yeah. So Deshaun Wynn on IR. Ryan Grant going to be the starter. Brandon Jackson and Vernon Morency still going to be a platoon-type situation. Man. So don't be too excited with those guys. But, yeah, Favre's having a great year. James Jones, he was open a lot. So I really like what James Jones is doing, as well as Greg Jennings. And, you know, Donald Driver may be starting to see a little decline. But I definitely like the way those other 2 are stepping up.
That the Chiefs, at this point in the season, are leading this division.
Yeah.
The AFC West is always one of the toughest divisions. The Denver Broncos haven't really stepped up and shown a desire to want to win this division. The Chargers have taken their time to come around. It's been the Chiefs, as enigmatic as they tend to be, leading this division with a pukey 3-4, 4-3 record. It's been crazy. I know that technically they're tied with the Chargers, but they beat the Chargers at Qualcomm Stadium. So I think you got to pick Kansas City here going into Arrowhead, but that's what we said last week about Green Bay having to go play at Mile High. So
watch Dwayne Bowe against Atari Bigby this week too. That'll be a big matchup because Dwayne Bowe could play Atari like the old 2600. You know, he's going to take
and the Chiefs are coming off a bye, so they should be pretty good. I like Larry to get going in this game. And you got to like Gonzalez. Anytime a player's on a record-setting run, he's going to be, wanting to be up big for every game. So I like those guys for sure.
Well, we thank you for tuning in to Testosterone Fantasy Sports right here. It's Jeff, Jesse, and Yeastie breaking down all the matchups, telling you who to play, telling you who should ride the pine in your fantasy football league. We're all about fantasy domination, baby. So we'll be back after this message. We want to finish up the matchups. We're finishing strong like we always do, coming through in the clutch. For you, it's Testosterone Fantasy Sports. What's up, fantasy football junkies? It's Jesse. You checking us out behind the scenes on the set of Testosterone Fantasy Sports, the #1 fantasy football show for prognostication in the Twin Cities area on cable access. You want to make sure you check out our website as well while you're here looking at the show. Go online, testosteronesports.com. There's so much stuff on there for you content-wise. You want to see the rankings, you want to see the writers' pages, but above all, you want to see this video content that we put out there updated on a weekly basis. So if you missed the show, check it out online at testosteronesports.com.
Hey everybody, we'd really like to thank all of our supporters. We here at Testosterone Sports put a lot of effort into the production that we do on a weekly basis. Go on there, specifically come onto the Fat Chat. You get a chance to interact with all of us, with other people around the Twin Cities. We just love fantasy football, and it's something that we do on a regular basis, so check it out. Join with us to win in your league. It's something we love, and we just appreciate everything that you guys do to join in to be the 4th member of Testosterone.
Can't get enough of the yeast or all these guys. You have rants and raves you want to read. Check out our writers' pages on the website, testosteronesports.com. I go off on a weekly basis. Jeff brags about how good his team is in our league. Jesse has some crazy stuff on there. There's a guy named Will who drops some things I can't talk about on television. Check out our writers pages, testosteronesports.com, for a little more of the yeast. Wicked, LT's going to have a big game.
I think it's scary. LT could just blow up this weekend.
Come on, you guys. Seriously, you're supposed to act scared. Alex didn't even have the right camera shot.
What?
Seriously.
You're not scary.
Sorry, bro. Just not scared.
I mean, I don't know what to do, Skeletor. It was just like those guys didn't get it. I'm death. I'm supposed to be scary, and they're just not scared. I just don't understand, man. That's hot coffee.